Welcome to Digital Marketing for Business Owners. In today's video, we are going to discuss Facebook and Instagram ads. Because Facebook bought out Instagram, these ads are created on the same platform. Don't have an Instagram account? Don't worry, you can still run just Facebook ads in this platform. In today's lesson, we are going to do an introduction to Facebook ads. We're going to talk about installing the Facebook tracking pixel on your website. And last, we're going to talk about creating and launching ads. Your homework assignment for this class will be to create more Facebook ads. I'm going to show you how to do it today so you can be off and on your way with ads ready to review for next week. In order to create Facebook and Instagram ads, you have to have respective pages for your business, a Facebook page and/or an Instagram page. If you have not already created a page for your business, click on the link below to create a Facebook page for your business. Now, a lot of people already have Facebook pages created for their business. It is very tempting to use the Ad Center tab on your Facebook page to create ads. While this is quick and efficient, in the long run, it does not give you data to make smarter, more effective ads. Therefore, because this course is here to make you an expert, we're going to do it the hard way, but the right way. Once you've created your Facebook business page, you'll need to create a business manager. A business manager is an entity that Facebook has created so that you can manage all of your different business assets. In this case, an ad account. Follow the link in the description below to create a business manager. It is quite easy. You'll want to add your page as an asset to that. Next, you need to add an ad account. Do you already have a Facebook ad account? It looks like this. If you have been running ads in your ad center from your page, you do not have an ad account. Go ahead and follow the instructions to create a new Facebook ad account. When you come into a new ad account, you will not see existing campaigns. Instead, you will see Create a New Campaign with a plus button. The Facebook ad platform is very similar to Google. It guides you through the ad creation process. It is very important that as you go through this process, you consider your business, the needs of your business, and your business goals. You want to create ads that align with these goals. As you can see, we have created Facebook ads for Gravity Dice in the past. Therefore, we can see some campaigns here. If you have an existing Facebook ad account, you can review the historical performance data by changing the date range. Like Google, always remember that if you're looking at your ads, that you are looking at the time frame that you intend to look at. To change the Facebook ad time frame, simply go to the date box, select the drop-down, and select the dates you would like to view. If data does not come up, your ads were not running during this time. Do not worry. Before we start creating new ads though, especially if you have a new ad account, we need to make sure that your Facebook pixel is installed on every page of your website. I like to see if Facebook pixels are installed on websites that I use by using the Facebook Pixel Helper. This is a free Chrome extension. As you can see, I have it on Chrome. Here you would select Add to Chrome if you do not already have it. Then go visit your website. As you can see, I have a pixel installed. Interestingly enough, there are 2 pixels on this site. Now, it's ideal to have one, but if there are 2, don't worry. Just make sure that your Facebook ad account is using the correct pixel. To ensure that your Facebook ad account is using the correct pixel, or to install your pixel on every page of your site, follow these steps. Go back to your Facebook ad account. Select the hamburger menu on the left side. Then select Events Manager. As you can see, this pulls up the 2 pixels that I see on the Gravity Dice site. If you already have a pixel on your site, you want to ensure that the numbers you see here in the Events Center match the number on the pixel on your site. If it does not match, you want to uninstall the current pixel and reinstall the new one. Because if you have not matching numbers, it means that the pixel on your site is communicating with a different source. It does not know to communicate with the pixel in your ad account. If you do not already have a pixel created, you will see an option to create a pixel. Again, Facebook is like Google. It's very user-friendly. Click on that Facebook pixel to create one, and it will walk you through this very simple process. Facebook has a streamlined integration service if you use top website developer portals. Shopify is what we use to host the Gravity Dice site. We're able to take the Facebook pixel ID, say that we use Shopify, and Facebook will automatically insert it for us, assuming that I have all of the correct edit permissions. When you create your accounts, be sure to give anyone that has access to your account admin access so that they have access to all of the tools they need. Once you have your pixel properly installed, you are ready to create events and audiences. As you can see, I am in the Event Manager. This is where I can specify specific events for my pixel to keep track of. Due to recent Facebook updates, each pixel can only have 8 events. This is not very many. We used to track for so many different things. Different page views, different product types, add to cart, purchase, and so on. Because you only have 8 events, consider what events on your site are most important. What do you want to track? I personally like to track website visits, product views, add to cart, begin checkout, checkout and purchase confirmation. That way I can understand my full funnel through my Facebook pixel. Setting up these events is very important because Facebook will also place cookies on user devices. This will enable you to place ads on these people's Facebook later that visit your site. Facebook is able to say, hey, John Doe visited Gravity Dice. Gravity Dice wants to serve John Doe a retargeting ad. We can define John Doe as a part of an audience who visited the site within the last 30 days and serve a specific enticing ad to John in anticipation that he will buy. Are you starting to see how Facebook ads can help you capture sales? Users are significantly more likely to convert after they've visited your site when they see a retargeting ad. We want to write these ads so that people make that connection. But first, let's talk about setting up these events. To create an event, there's a little button in the middle called Add Events. Simply go here and follow the ad process. If you have an e-commerce site, as you go through this, you will need to do a test transaction to get all of the options. Facebook has a really neat feature. When you say Add Event and you go to your site, this Facebook Event Setup tool will highlight certain buttons on your page and enable you to place trackers in the right place. For example, when I look at a product detail page and I want to define that as a page view, my page will light up and ask me what do you want to define this as, and I will say define as page view. Then I will add the item to my cart. I can then define clicking this button in the Event Manager as an add to cart action that the pixel will fire when a user does that. Next, I can view my cart. This action of pulling up the view cart URL gives me another option to add that as an event on the pixel. As you go throughout this whole checkout process, you will create events along the way. Remember, you only have 8, so use them wisely. This Event Manager is very beneficial. Gravity Dice has their events set up. This enables us to see the user journey. Now that we have our events set up, we want to make sure that the audiences are set up. To create an audience, select the green Create button in the top right. Here you can create an ad, create an audience, or a custom conversion. You'll notice that there are 2 types of audiences: a custom audience and a lookalike audience. A custom audience is where you go to define an audience of site visitors within the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and so on. Lookalike audiences are amazing. They are similar to other audiences you've defined. For example, I can have a lookalike audience of my site visitors. Therefore, Facebook uses its smart algorithm to know that Jane Doe is very similar to John Doe, and she is likely to purchase. Though Jane has never visited the Gravity Dice site, John has. They're very similar. So Facebook decides to put Jane in a lookalike audience or similar audience to website visitors, and she receives targeting ads. I have noticed in my experience that lookalike audiences are extremely beneficial and effective. When I do my Facebook ads for general awareness campaigns, it is easy to spend lots of money in very little time. In order to spend money wisely, especially when you're starting out, for awareness campaigns, target lookalike audiences similar to website visitors and interest-based audiences that are interested in topics that your product is directly involved around. For example, I once did ads for a theater. They were hosting the play Mary Poppins. Facebook's filters were so good we could target people on interest based on interest in Mary Poppins. These ads were incredibly effective. Now I will say that Facebook has recently experienced some difficulty with these Facebook ads and this targeting. This is largely due to the Apple iOS update. Apple recently required privacy ATT prompts for all users. In order for Facebook to be able to place these cookies and track users, Apple users must opt in to this service. Unfortunately, only about 6% of Apple users have opted in. So if your product uses predominantly Apple users, you will notice that your audiences are significantly smaller on Facebook ads. But if you created an Android app, Facebook is still an excellent platform for you. To create a custom audience, simply select that option. Select which pixel you would like to identify. Make sure that this pixel is available on your site. For events, all website visitors in the last 30 days. This is exactly what I want. I'm going to label this as all site visitors last 30 days. Then select Create Audience. I really like to name my things exactly what they are. Now, if I define this audience as all site visitors, exclude purchasers, I want to put that into the name. I do not want to make it difficult for myself to identify and select audiences later on when I am creating my campaigns. As you can see, Facebook is helping me create more audiences. I am going to create a lookalike audience as well. Sometimes Facebook audiences need to be a certain size to be able to deliver. If your website is new, do site visitors within a bigger time frame of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Last time I checked, it could go up to 520 days. That's an impressive memory time span. But you want to find that sweet spot between reminding people about your product, but also not creeping them out. In order to create a lookalike audience, simply select an audience that is available to create a lookalike audience on. I'm going to create a lookalike audience based on my all site visitors that I just created. In Facebook, you can also import customer data to create audiences based on this. So if your Facebook pixel is new and you have no existing information, you can upload a customer email subscriber list. Facebook will use these emails to match them with Facebook users and be able to create audiences based on that. The tool is incredible. Now let's talk about creating some ads. To do so, click on the hamburger menu on the far left-hand side. Select Ad Manager. As you can see, the Facebook ad account is broken down very similarly to Google Ads. You have campaigns, ad groups, and ads themselves in each respective tab. Before we dive in, I like to create a wireframe, or kind of an outline of what my campaigns will look like we did with Google. I've created a Facebook sheet that will help you. Check for this sheet in the description below. You'll want to make a copy as it is view only. As you can see, I have created this ad for Gravity Dice. I have filled out the respective cells. You'll notice that you want a campaign name, an ad set name, you'll want to fill out all of the columns in this area: campaign, ad set, the headline, description and call to action, and the URL. Facebook has lots of different ad media types. You'll find later that you can mix and match these. You can use static images, multiple images, videos, GIFs, and so much more. We'll start with static images for now. I will say, based on experience, that GIFs and videos work best. They capture people's attention and draw people in. All right, let's import this ad. To do so, I go to the main Ad Manager page. I'm going to click Create. I am going to be doing brand awareness, so I'm going to select that and continue. As you can see, I have my information already in here, so I'm going to copy and paste. I do not have special ad categories. Be sure to review the special ad category section. You'll notice that some ad categories are restricted. If you have a business that with services in the finance sector, housing sector, or special social aspects sector, your ads will be restricted. It will be difficult for them to deliver, and this will be a challenge your ads will have to face as they go through the screening process. I have had issues with car and tire ads promoting financing in the past. Simply resubmit these ads for review. Keep in mind though, if your ads are repeatedly declined, this can become an issue and your account can be shut down. Be sure to select any relevant special ad categories. So for example, if you're advertising anything with financing, select that financial or credit special ad option. We're selling dice for Gravity Dice. We do not fit in any special ad categories. The last option on the campaign part is the campaign budget optimization. If you activate this, Facebook will put the most money towards the best performers. When I'm starting out, I like to deselect this because it enables my campaigns to perform with the same amount of budget. However, this is a good option when you want to spread your budget differently across ad sets. So do that if you would like. For example, for Gravity Dice, if I have male and female categories, I know that the males are more likely to buy. So I would want to put 75% of my spend towards the males. In this case, the campaign budget optimization breakdown is a good idea. Now we're going to name the ad set. Again, I have this information already filled out. When I'm creating my ad sets on my campaigns, I really like to name things what they are. You don't need creative names, you just need names that help you understand what they are. You can set a budget, a start date, and an end date. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I select males, and I'm going to select detailed targeting of Dungeons and Dragons. This interest-based targeting is really unique. You can get very selective here and specific. Enjoy, but don't go overboard. You'll notice on the right-hand side that there is an audience gauge. You want to make sure you keep the pointer in the green. You'll notice for your selective audiences, like site visitors, it may be in the red. Don't worry for those campaigns. Facebook can automatically select your placements, or you can select them manually. Look at the manual options. If you would like all of them, select automatic. If you want specific placements, then select those under manual placements. I personally like to just have in-feed placements. I feel that those are more noticeable and worth my ad dollars. Then select Next. This will take you to the ad section where you can create your ads. Select the proper pages for your Facebook page and your Instagram page. If you have a big business manager and multiple pages underneath, this is where page selection is important. You do not want your ads for one entity showing up for another. Again, I will copy and paste my ad name. Next is ad setup. As you see here, you can choose a couple different formats: a single image or video, a carousel, or a collection. We're going to keep this simple and do a simple image for now. I highly encourage you to play around with this, have fun, figure out which ad types work best for you. Facebook will automatically pull information from your site and create an ad for you. You can keep this or use the ad that you created in the template that I provided. I highly recommend doing ads that you've created so that you can understand why they're different, learn and create better ads moving forward. I will simply copy and paste the respective information to this ad creation. I like to crop my ads so they make sense. As you can see, you'll want to make sure that your ad creative meets these different dimensions. Simply select Done. Next, your primary text is your description and CTA. Be sure to add your website URL so people go to the right place after buying your ad. You'll see the ad mockup on the right-hand side. This is extremely beneficial. Enjoy seeing what your ad will look like on the Facebook platform. Last but not least, ensure to fill out the call to action button. There are many options here, but be sure to choose one that is relevant to your ad. For example, for Gravity Dice, we do not want to select the See Menu option. We want to select the Shop Now option. If you would like to add UTM parameters, feel free to do so now. These are beneficial if you really like to use Google Analytics. Simply select Build a Parameter, and Google will build this parameter so that when you look in Google Analytics, it will properly track what users came from what source, in this case, Facebook, and your Facebook ads. You'll notice that I like to use the ad names, the campaign names, and the ad group names. The IDs and the numbers don't make a lot of sense for me. It's hard for me to easily tell where they came from in Google Analytics. Select Apply. Once you've reviewed your ad and you like it, select Publish. This will send the ads to the Facebook bots. They will review your ad and approve it. If your ad is rejected, do not worry. Ensure that you are not violating any Facebook advertising rules and submit it for review. Sometimes the bots flag things that a human would not flag. As you can see, our ad is in review. When this ad is approved, it will go live. This is how you create Facebook ads. Fill out the template I've linked below for your Facebook ads and create your Facebook ads. I look forward to talking about the metrics and numbers next week when we have a week of data to pull from. Be sure to watch your campaigns on a daily basis, Google and Facebook, to ensure that spend is normal, to ensure that things are going well, and that your numbers are trending upwards. When you initially launch Facebook ads, they may or may not have success. This is normal. It takes about 2 weeks to get out of the learning phase with a budget of more than $50 per day for Facebook ads to perform or have the ability to perform optimally. There you have it. Now you know how to launch Facebook and Instagram ads. Like I said earlier, when I create an ad here, because I selected the Gravity Dice Instagram page, that ad will also show up on Instagram. You are now becoming an expert, and you have this back-end ad account for your business. You will be able to see so much data and pull great reports to create truly effective ads that will help you scale your sales. Until next time, enjoy creating and implementing Facebook and Instagram ads for your business.